All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Thursday, December 2nd. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by ParlayCalculator.com. Calculate your parlay, see how much you're going to win at the end of the night, and you can use the free parlay calculator right here at ParlayCalculator.com. Also, today's show is sponsored by HockeyPicks.com. Follow the top hockey pickers in the world right now at HockeyPicks.com. In fact, let's take a look at our top scorer at Hockey Picks right now, and it's Eddie O from Montreal at 863, Harnett at 808, and there's Ilyansky at 803, and those are your top hockey pickers right now at HockeyPicks.com. And let's take a look at our top basketball pickers right now, and we're going to go to the top scorers page, and we're just going to log in. And right now, your top basketball picker at bballpicks.com is Danchko at 911, Ron Raymond at 849, and Pele J, Jason Orange at 836, and those are your top basketball pickers right now at bballpicks.com. All right. How you doing, folks? Again, sorry about yesterday. It was just one of those days where, when you wake up, and one thing I do as soon as I wake up, I watch the news, and I knew something was going to go off as soon as I saw there was no TV, right? And I said, oh, the Wi-Fi must be down or the internet must be down. And sure enough, they were doing upgrades around the neighborhood. So they said they sent out emails a few weeks or months ago. I never got it. But, so we were down yesterday till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so no internet, so a little bit of quality time of doing something else. But it was just one of those days yesterday. But back in the saddle here today, and I see that the bullpen is hopping. Look at that. Isaiah Moore is in the house. Been shaping and fitting for our new hats. Been a project. Oh, nice. What kind of project you got going there, Isaiah? There's the networks in Humazoo Networks in the house. And Chemical Babies, morning everybody. How can I become a VIP member? So right now, when you become a VIP member at the Rain Report on our YouTube channel, you can just sign up. You'll see a join button right here below the video. You can join our VIP network, and I put up videos each and every day. I might do some weekend podcasts, so it'll be for the VIP club. It's privileges, right? You need special perks when you have a VIP type club. So we're trying to just expand, try to grow the business here and grow the audience. But the podcast will be free each and every day from 10:30 Eastern, Monday to Friday. And that's how you can join the VIP section. All right, who else is in the house here? We got Isaiah. We got Mitchell Watson. Good morning, Mitchell. And let me see here. We got John Peresco. Morning, John. And let me see, Chad Suzuka. Chad, hey, good luck this weekend against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Hey, the Green Riders going to Winnipeg, and I think tomorrow I'll do a little bit of a CFL show. Good morning, Eddie O from Montreal. There's my buddy Eddie. Scotty Bear's in the house. How you doing, Scotty? Hopefully you're doing well over there. I don't know if you're Scotty's. I don't know where he's at these days. Scotty's a world traveler. Hey, you just never know where Scotty's gonna end up. But I'll probably call him this afternoon. Quentin Johnson's in the house. And the Green Riders, go Riders, says Chad. Quentin Johnson, underdog, let's get paid today. Low-Key Louie, hey, that's a great name. Low-Key Louie, and way to go, RR. And TCGMD 2010, thank you very much. NBA today, Ron, yep, we're going to do some NBA. And I've been on a new system for totals. It's about off-numbered cycles. Hey, you know what? Which leads me right into a great segment in a few minutes. I've come up with a new invention, a new tool, and it's still in beta format, but I'm going to show it to you guys today. It's called the Strength of Cycles database. So I'm working on a new tool. It's called the Strength of Cycles database, and I'm going to do a little bit of a demo here later on in the show. Don Keedick's in the house. Good morning, Don. Thanks for great name. You're just missing that one letter, Don. But you can't say Don without Ron. I used to have a friend of mine growing up. We were known as Ron and Don, right? So every time I see somebody named Don, it reminds me of my childhood buddy Don. There's no Don without Ron, and there's no Ron without Don. So that's what we need here in the show today. And ready for a full Friday. Wait a minute, today's a Thursday, right? Don't be throwing me off here, Mitchell. Today is a full Friday, That's what I think you meant to say. Today is a full Friday, and I'm betting Senators over Blazers in the next game. All right. So, hey, speaking of systems, I got a great system that I won again yesterday in the NHL. That system, you know what? I'm going to share. I hate to jinx these systems when I share them with you guys, because as soon as I share these systems, I feel like, oh man, there it goes. And now everybody knows the cat's out of the bag. But since Isaiah's a system guy and he's a loyal member, I'm going to share this system with you guys, and get your, hey, as Peyton Sports Girl would say, get your pen and papers ready, because this system's going to blow your socks right off. Check this out. NHL favorites this year on a 2-game win streak. Let's get the 2-game win streak. Okay. Only in the Raymond Report where you get these pearls. Hey, OG, bring in the pearls this morning. Since I missed a day, I'm going to bring the pearls on a Thursday. So check this out. NHL favorites on a 2-game win streak. Edmonton Oilers were the game last night. 28-10, but let's go back to home favorites. Let's go to home favorites on a 2-game win streak. 18-3. How do you like them apples? NHL home favorites coming off a 2-game win streak. 18-3. Edmonton Oilers. Cha-ching last night. So bringing the pearls here on a Thursday, December 2nd. Almost like a Christmas gift, right? On the early December Christmas gift. Hey, one gift a day. Only one gift a day here at the Rain Report. So I thought I'd bring you that there, Isaiah, since I know you love the systems. How about them pearls, right? 18-3 Edmonton Oilers, cha-ching last night. So nice little win last night for the Rain Report. All right, got a great show for you guys here today. In fact, let me go to the schedule. And what we're going to talk about today is the NBA forecast. We're going to kick it off with NBA. We're going to do NHL, the computer forecast on the college football championship games this weekend. NFL prediction on tonight's game between the Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints? And then I'm going to introduce to you guys the new Strength of Cycles database that I'm working on. And yeah, nice. You know, one thing I take pride in is always thinking about something to beat the numbers, right? I'm constantly, until I get the caramel secret, it's my lifelong mission, beat the numbers, right? And then we'll finish the show with NBA and NHL system plays. And I'm going to show you guys that later on in a few seconds. All right. Nice pearl, says Mitchell and Isaiah. Gloria K. Good morning, Gloria. I didn't see that. Good morning from the Northern Cal, Arnold Alvarado. Good morning, Arnold. Hey, remember Arnold in the Happy Days? The used to own the Arnold. What was that? Yeah, Arnold's. It was called Arnold's. So when I see Arnold, I think of my Happy Days when I was younger. All right, so let's get on with the show. Today's free tip sheet for horse racing. If you're looking, if you're a horse player and you are looking for a free tip sheet today, Aqueduct Racetrack in New York, and that is the free tip sheet of the day. So for all you horse racing fans, if you're looking for the Rain Report tip sheet, we cover it all here. You can get the free entire tip sheet today at Aqueduct Racetrack in New York. I think it's Queens, right? There's Aqueduct in Queens. And races 1 to 9, all for free, just by visiting the website, atsstats.com. Go to horses, go to free tip sheet, and then you get the entire tip sheet for free at Aqueduct. All right, let's get to the NBA forecast here tonight. I had a, I was thinking of you guys last night watching that Boston-Philadelphia 76ers game. Sorry, Anwan. I don't know if Anwan's in the house from West Philly, but when I was looking at that game last night, and I saw the line was -2, -2.5, and I recommended here on our page here. So when you get a membership at ATS Stats, you also get my beer and pizza money picks. So last night I had the Boston Celtics at Pick'em, -133. And the reason why I say that, and I do that too, and I put those picks in the area, and I've researched it the last couple of the years. You know, why sweat -3 and lower in the final 10 seconds of a game, right? I always say, how do you handicap a tie game with 10 seconds left, right? Percentage play. And why, if you're going to take the underdog, take the 3. If you're going to take the favorite, spend the extra money. And last night we were able to cash in, and we were able to get we were able to cash in that ticket, right? All right, Arnold says, haha, Happy Days was a funny show. Yeah, no, it was a great show. If you're maybe 45 and older, and you grew up on those, Happy Days, Little Rascals, Three's Company, Hey, those were my go-to after high school, right? Come home, 4 o'clock was Little Rascals. 4:30 was Happy Days. No, it was 4:30 was it was either what was that show with Schneider? Laverne and Shirley. That's it. It was Laverne and Shirley, and then 5 o'clock was Happy Days, and then 5:30 was Three's Company. Eh, that was my little that was my go-to after high school back in the day. Hey, so I'm feeling like I'm going down memory lane here. But anyways, all right. So let's get to the NBA. And again, nice winner last night with the Boston Celtics. And again, I don't know if my good friend Anwan's in the house here. I know he's a Sixers fan, but hopefully he got over that one. All right, Chicago Bulls taking on the New York Knicks. Good matchup here tonight at Madison Square Garden. Now, the Bulls a 1.5-point favorite. The over-under set out, 209.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Chicago Bulls in this one. 107 to 104, the over-under at 211.67. Looking at the New York Knicks here tonight. In fact, what I like to do is I like to take a look at the starting lineups just to see, when you're handicapping, you have to look at the starting lineup, the injuries. And RJ Barrett is a game-time decision, and there's nothing on Chicago really to write home about. But looking at the numbers here tonight, you can see the New York Knicks on a 2 ATS win streak, and Chicago playing on 2 days rest. They're 14-8 on the season, while the New York Knicks are 11-10. Milwaukee coming off a 127-125 victory last night against the Charlotte Hornets, while the Toronto Raptors losing to the Memphis Grizzlies 2 nights ago, 98-91. And Toronto now on a 3-game losing streak, straight up and against the point spread, while the Milwaukee Bucks, they're heating up. They're on an 8-game win streak right now. Their last 3 games have gone over the total. Giannis will be in the house tonight in Toronto, and we do have the Bucks winning 100-95, winning by 15, and the over-under landing on 205.94. And could be a long night for the Raptors when the Bucks come in with their 8-game winning streak. All right, OKC taking on those Memphis Grizzlies that beat the Toronto Raptors in the last game, and the Grizzlies a 9-point favorite. The over-under set at 212. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Memphis Grizzlies in this one, 112 to 100. The over-under at 212.74. Looking at the Thunder on a 7-game losing streak. Their last 2 lost against the point spread. They're 6-15 on the year straight up, 7-14 to the under. While the Memphis Grizzlies on a 2-game win streak, they're playing on 1 day's rest, 11-10 on the season, 12-9 to the over. My line on the game, I had the Grizzlies at +5, and you can see they're overvalued at -9. Detroit taking on the Phoenix Suns. Now the Suns a 12-point favorite. The over-under is set at 209. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Phoenix Suns in this one, and why wouldn't you? They're on a 17-game win streak. They've covered the last 3 against the point spread. Maybe they're coming off on a letdown situation here tonight, right? Sometimes, it's when you least expect that loss is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen tonight against Detroit, but the Cards are right there for a perfect letdown spot. Coming off an emotional win over Curry and the Golden State Warriors, 104-96, and that was a really good, impressive win. And for Detroit, coming off a 110-92 loss to Portland. But looking at the line, -12, the over-under at 209. We're going to lean with the Phoenix Suns in this one, 110-97, and the over-under at 207.87. The chance of covering, though, does favor Detroit at 43%, who are on a 7-game losing streak. But the chance of covering for Phoenix, based on the law of average theory here at the Raymond Report, has Phoenix at 24%. Man, that is a 17-game win streak. That is very, very impressive. And the last game on the board, you got San Antonio taking on Portland. You got the Trailblazers, a 5-point favorite. The over-under is set at 216. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Trailblazers in this one, 118 to 111. The over-under at 230.1. Looking at the Spurs in this one, they're coming off a 116-99 win over the Wizards, while the Trailblazers beat the Pistons 110-92. And San Antonio on a 2-game straight-up and ATS win streak. All right, there you go. There you have it. That is the previews and prediction today for the NBA. And somebody's asking, is Booker out? Well, he got out last game. I think it was a hamstring, right? And yeah, he's out for tonight. He's got a hamstring issue, and that was really impressive, right? At halftime they say Booker's out, and then Phoenix didn't miss a beat, right? They just kept going. Yeah, so Booker's out here tonight, and looking at Portland. Powell and Lillard Lillard's out. Game time decision for Powell, and for Memphis. Let me see. Yeah, John Moran's out. That's the one. That's a key one right there. And what else? The other games. Anunoby's still out. That's a big one for Toronto. And yeah, Toronto, I talk about it all the time, right? Batman and Robin theory. Toronto's just a bunch of Robins right now. There is no Batman in Toronto. And, say what you want about Fred VanVleet. Great player, just not the guy. You know what I mean? Like, every team has to have the guy. And right now, Toronto doesn't have that guy. All right, let me see here. What else we got on deck? And let's see if I missed anything here. Watch all that stuff. Schneider is on 1 day at a time run. That's 1 day at a time. That's it, 1 day at a time. I was thinking of Squiggy. Maybe it was Squiggy, Laverne and Shirley I was thinking of. Yeah, 1 day at a time. See, that's what I love about this audience. They always correct me. And that's, because I try to be as accurate as possible. But that good pickup right there, right? Good teammate pick me up right there. That's what I love. That's what this show's all about, right? Teammates. Got to have the right teammates to get to the winner's circle. Booker's still out. Morning Cash. Hey, good morning. Was it Ball Cash in the house? There's Ball Cash. Present Gang and Mr. Richie Ray. Let's get that bag today. Yeah, I love it. Let's go get that bag of cash tonight there, Ball Cash. All right, so let's go to the NHL. And let me see. Make sure I'm on schedule here. Yep, we got the NHL next. And let's go to the National Hockey League. 0-2 with my beer and pizza money last night, but I cashed in big with the Oilers. Put 5 units on the Oilers last night, so I was happy with that. And tonight, all right, we got a good card here tonight. We've got a lot of games, and we'll kick it off with Tampa Bay taking on the St. Louis Blues. Now, Tampa Bay, a 152 favorite. The over-under set at 5.5. ATS Forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Lightning in this one. 3.21, 2.53. The over-under at 5.74. Looking at St. Louis last game, it was a 4-3 victory over Tampa Bay, so it's a back-to-back game situation. Now, what's really impressive with that game, St. Louis was down 3-0 in the first period, and they came back to win in a shootout. So, you know what? Maybe St. Louis has turned a corner because, whenever as a coach you look at your team and you're down 3-0 in the first period, you're not out of it. And St. Louis, let me see here, a B-type team, right? And I'm going to talk to you guys about that in the cycles segment. When you got a B-type team, you're never out of it. C-type team, well, yeah, you're pretty much out of it. But B and A type teams, you always have a shot. And St. Louis were able to make that comeback. Should be a good one tonight. And I would expect to see Vasilevsky in the between the pipes. He had Brian Elliott in the goal the other night, and I knew that's why I picked St. Louis that night, because I as much as I respect Elliott, I knew St. Louis at home against a backup goalie was a nice situational handicapping spot. All right, Chicago taking on the Washington Capitals. Man, talk about a complete disaster. The Washington Capitals 5-4 loss to the Florida Panthers. It was 4-1 going into the third period. Now you have an A-type team, and if I'm Peter Laviolette, I'm very concerned about my hockey team. You got a 4-1 lead. You're 14-8 at the time, and you blow a 3-goal lead in the third period on the road. You're not going to win Stanley Cups or championship games or playoff games giving up. And you saw the momentum in that game. If you watched that game between Washington and Florida the other night, you just saw old Mo just enter the building and just suck the wind right out of the Washington Capitals. The ice was tilted like that. It was, if I'm a coach, I was disgusted. And I was disgusted as a bettor because I had Washington, and I was like, man, I just, yeah. Anyways, I'll need therapy if I keep going here. Minus 200 is the line here. 6.5 is the total. ATS Forecast, computer pick. Going to lean with the Capitals in this one. 3.51, 2.8. The over-under at 6.31. And looking at the Washington Capitals' last 5 games, I've gone over the total. And you know what? Maybe it's just Washington's one of those teams you just don't trust on the road against good teams, right? Some teams, they just play really, really good at home like Washington does. And sometimes it's just not meant to be on the road. But taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, Chicago looking, I was going to give you the starting goalies, but even the CIA doesn't know who the starting goalies is these days in the NHL. It's a game time decision, but I would expect to see Fleury and Samsonov tonight between the pipes, but maybe not, right? Samsonov was in nets for that debacle, and we'll see what happens tonight at the Capital One Arena. All right, Buffalo Sabres taking on the Florida Panthers, and the Panthers coming off that emotional win against those Washington Capitals. Again, they were down 4-1, came back to win, where Buffalo lost 7-4 to the Seattle Kraken. Maybe what Buffalo needs is to get out of the home base and a little road trip to Florida. Hey, a little road trip to Florida, that never helps, never hurts anybody in the month of, say, December, January, February. when it's like minus 10 where you're at. But Buffalo on a 2-game losing streak, playing on 2 days rest, and we do like the Panthers winning here tonight. 3.79, 2.56, the over/under at 6.35. Oh boy, hey, this is where this thank God I quit drinking a long time ago, because anybody who's an Ottawa Center fan, I can see them going right back to the bottle, because this team is absolutely awful. 4-16. They just had nothing no wins in their cells last night. 6-2 loss to the Vancouver Canucks, and I think DJ Smith's times are numbered here. This Ottawa team is just, you think it's the goalie, they send Murray, and then you lay an egg last night against Vancouver. Is not even playing really well. I think Ottawa right now, there's leadership issues, and it's not coming from the players, and it's not coming from the head coach. And I think DJ Smith's days are numbered here in Ottawa. Carolina, well, hey, it doesn't get any easier for the Sens here tonight. They're going to the PNC Arena, but you know what? You never know, right? If you like the Ottawa Senators, it'll be that uncomfortable pick. But look at the line, minus 345. I'm not laying I wouldn't even lay 200, let alone 180. But I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole. 3.4 to 2.3, the over-under at 5.73. And good luck for the Sens, who are now on a 6-game losing streak. I'll tell you, if they lose like 6-2 tonight in Carolina, DJ Smith might be taking another plane home. All right, looking at Colorado, minus 200 is the line here on the Avs. They're going into the Bell Center, taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Total 6.5. ATS Forecast computer pick. Gonna lean with the Avs in this one, who got smoked last night by Toronto, 8-3. 3.2 to 2.6. The over/under set here at 6.5. And let me see here. We have 5.84 is the total we have. And so I do like Colorado here tonight. But look for a big bounce back. If Colorado would have won or lost by 1 goal, Montreal probably would be the play. But the Avs got totally embarrassed last night. And I'm sure that flight to Montreal and this morning is not a fun time to be either an Ottawa Center or Colorado Avalanche fan right now. Islanders taking on the San Jose Sharks now. The Isles' first game since their issues with the players who had COVID. So they've been off for 5 days. They're on an 8-game losing streak, and we'll see if that helps tonight for the Islanders, who are a 132 favorite. Now, San Jose coming off a 5-2 win over New Jersey the other night. They're on a 2-game win streak. They're playing on 1 day's rest, and looking at their record, 12-10. And we do like the Islanders in this one, 3.1 to 2.4. The over/under at 5.59. My line on the game, I had the Islanders at plus 150. Boston taking on the Nashville Predators. Now the Bruins a 120 favorite. The over/under set at 5.5. And looking at Boston, the last 2 games I've gotten under the total. They're coming off a 2-1 loss to a much improved Detroit Red Wings team. Watch out for those Red Wings. I think if the playoffs started today, they'd be in the 8th spot. And for Nashville, they TCB right there, a little backwind Turner overdrive. They took care of business, 6-0 against Columbus. And their last 4 have gone over the total. But we're going to lean with the Bees in this one, 3.01. 2.68, the over-under at 5.69. New Jersey taking on the Minnesota Wild, the hot Minnesota Wild. They're on a 4-game win streak, and the last 3 games for New Jersey have gone over the total. The Wild, the 175 favorite. And looking at the over-under on tonight's game, 5.5, and I would expect to see Talbot in nets most likely tonight for Minnesota against Mackenzie Blackwood. And we're going to lean with the Wild in this one, 3.4 to 2.5, the over-under at 5.97. Columbus taking on the Dallas Stars, the hot Dallas Stars, who are on a 5-game win streak. A 192 favorite tonight against the Blue Jackets, and they're coming off a 4-1 win over Carolina. So a very impressive win over an A-type team, and now they're going to face Columbus. Reeling a bit, losing 6-0 to Nashville. They're on a 2-game lose streak. Last 3 have gone over the total, and we're going to lean with the hot team here. Dallas 3-2, the over-under at 5.3. Calgary taking on the LA Kings. Now the Kings coming off a 5-4 loss. I believe that was a shootout loss to the Ducks, while the Flames winning 2-1 against Pittsburgh in a shootout. And they're 13-9 on the year. The LA is 9-12, and we're going to lean with the Flames on the road here. 3.07, 2.73, the over-under at 5.8. All right, let's take a look at some of the questions here. Sniper Dog of the Day. Good morning, Daryl. Good morning, Ron and my fellow Capper friends. Hey, Ron and the underdog sniper. We need to talk about a possible upset in the CFL and the SEC championship between the Tide and the Bulldogs. All right, you got it, Daryl. We'll do in fact, we're going to go there right now, and let's talk about the college football championship games this weekend. And everybody knows Thursday on the Raymond Report is college football dedication. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about the game between Western Kentucky and the UTSA. Now, what's the name of this championship game here? I don't know. I'm trying to think of what's their, let me see the standings right here. UTSA, I'm trying to think. Is it Conference USA? I want to say it's the Conference, Conference USA Bowl, or championship, right? All right, so the Conference USA Championship, and we're going to have Western Kentucky Hilltoppers take on UTSA. Now, the Hilltoppers, a 3-point favorite. They're coming off a 53-21 win over Marshall, while UTSA losing their first game of the season against North Texas Mean Green. That was a really tough handicapping spot last week for Tech. You know, one thing, and I've coached on championship teams that went undefeated, and I can tell you, it's one of the toughest things as a coach to stay focused with your players, and because sometimes you want that perfect season, you want to be undefeated, and the defense always wants to get their goose eggs and all that stuff, but you got to just focus on the next play. One of the great coaches I used to coach with says, you know what, and he used to tell our teams this, the most important play in football is the next play, and if you just take it one play at a time, you won't have to worry about that stuff. But UTSA, a great season, 11-1, playing for the championship, but we do have the Hilltoppers winning this one 32-31, the over-under at 63.29. And looking at the Hilltoppers coming into this game, 6 straight-up wins, and UTSA losing last week, so it should be a good game. Oregon taking on the Utah Utes for the Pac-10 championship, Pac-10, Pac-12. Hey, they're always shortchanging the numbers on us, right? And the Pac-12. Okay, Pac-12 championship. Maybe I was thinking Big Ten. I don't know. But the Pac-12, Oregon taking on Utah. And looking at the line on this game, the Utes. Did you say Utes? Yep. -2 favorite against the Ducks. The over-under at 57.5. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Going to go with Utah on this one. 27-25. The over-under at 52.82. Utah coming off a 28-13 win over the Buffaloes, while the Oregon Ducks winning the Civil War against the Oregon State Beavers. 38-29 was the final in that game. And looking at the matchup on this game, I had the Utes at -13 on the value index and had the Ducks at -6.76. So you're getting good value on both these teams here this weekend. All right, the MAC Championship, you got the Northern Illinois Huskies taking on Kent State Golden Flashes. Now, Kent State, a 3.5-point road favorite. The over-under set, look at that, 74.5. And we're going to lean with the Golden Flashes in this one, 32-22, the over-under at 55.76. A lot of people thought Toledo would be here, right? And but Northern Illinois having a good season, and we do have Kent State winning, however. My line on the game, I had both teams on the dog roll here. Plus 3.3 for Kent, and I had plus 2.75 for Northern Illinois. Now, the one thing in these MAC championships I like to do when I handicap them is I like to see which team has the better running game. And normally, when you get to this time of the year, it's cold. It's depending where this game is being. I don't know if it's in the dome or outside, but I always like to see the defenses, see what both defense, where they rank in the MAC. But the team that has the better running game is normally the team I'll probably lean more towards. But a lot of handicapping to do here in this game. But we do have Kent State 32, Northern Illinois 22. All right, the Big 12 championship is taken on between Oklahoma State and the Baylor Bears. Now, the Cowboys sitting in that fifth spot now to be the FBS. And anything can happen this weekend. They still got a shot to go into the Final Four. And they're a 5-point favorite against the Bears. The over-under at 46.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Going to lean with the, how about them Cowboys? Oklahoma State Cowboys. That'll make my good friend Ryan happy there in Stillwater. 25.7 to 15.5. The over-under at 41.25. So we do like it to go under the total. And looking at the Cowboys' last game, 37-33 win over the Sooners in the Bedlam Bowl. And then you had Baylor, hanging on to Texas Tech, right? So they're not coming in with a lot of confidence, but maybe they're looking forward to this one. But we do have Oklahoma State winning by 10, and the line is 5 in this game. All right, Utah taking on San Diego State. Now, the Aztecs, a 6-point favorite. This is the Mountain West championship game. I believe it's Mountain West. And you have the Aztecs, a 6-point favorite. The over-under at 49.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Going to lean with Brady Hoke and the Aztecs. 25.4 to 17.6. The over-under at 43.09. So it does like it to go under the total. Looking at the Aggies last game, a 35-10 over New Mexico. And for San Diego, they took care of business against the Broncos. 27-16 was the final. The Sun Belt game between Appalachian State and the UL Lafayette Raging Cajuns, who hung on to UL Monroe last week. We had UL Monroe as a 22-point underdog in our beer and pizza money bet. And Appalachian State is a 3-point road favorite in this one. And we do have the, or away favorite, 23.8 to 14.3. The over-under set here at 38.1. So, you know what? A high total of 52.5, but the forecast sees a low-scoring game in this one. Appalachian State coming in on a 5-game straight-up and ATS win streak, while UL Lafayette Raging Cajuns coming in on a 10-game win streak. All right, the game everybody's looking forward to seeing this weekend, the SEC championship game between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, the Bulldogs, Kirby Smart and company coming in as a 6-point favorite. The over-under is set at 49.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Bulldogs in this one, and I think Mark Nation is going to be happy with this outcome. 22.5 to 10.1, the over-under at 32.7, and I believe the first game of the year was a 9-6 game or something like that. Nobody scored a touchdown, so we'll see if we're going to get that same type of game here this week, and I believe that game still played in the Mercedes-Benz Bowl where the first game was, right? So maybe we get a carbon copy of that game, and Georgia coming in hot, right? And we'll see what happens this weekend. My line on the game, look at that. Minus 32. Well, not my line, but my value index on Georgia is minus 32.3. Minus 21.5 for Alabama. And, you know, it's still Nick Saban. It's still a championship game. But they got to get that run game going if they expect to win football games. All right, and the Big Ten championship between the Wolverines and the Iowa Hawkeyes. We have Michigan winning this one 25-15, the over-under at 40.84. Now, let's see how Michigan responds after that big win last week against Ohio State. And that's always one of those dangerous games, right? You beat, for Harbaugh. You finally got the big W against Ohio State. Now you got to remotivate your players and focus on Iowa because a loss here could hurt you a bit. But minus 10 is the line. The over-under at 43.5. But we do have Michigan winning by 10, 25-15. The over-under at 40.8. Wake Forest taking on the Pitt Panthers. And this is the ACC game of the championship game. And minus 3 is the line here on the Panthers. The over-under at 71.5. That is a big one right here. And we do like the Panthers winning this one. 31.1 to 26.7. The over-under at 57.84. We'll see if Coach Pat Narduzzi can win the big game here against Wake Forest. And should be a great matchup this weekend between the Demon Deacons and the Pitt Panthers. All right, we already went through that game. And we got Southern Cal taking on Cal. And the Trojans 32. The Golden Bears 9. And the over-under at 42.08. All right. Yeah, I agree with you, Ball Cash. He says, I love the computer on UJ Alabama. That may be the exact score, too. You know what? This computer pick, I've been doing this now, the computer picks, for a long time. And one thing I've learned with this format and the algorithm is I never, ever tested or complain or just because sometimes it just will blow you away how close the computer pick will be. But 22-10 sounds just about right? On the perception level. All right, let's talk about the Monday Night Football game between the Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints, and I thought I brought that up here. Before you know what, let me bring up the rain report. And again, folks, what I'm showing you here is something you get with your membership. That was the computer picks. But if you go to NFL rain report, you get a detailed tip sheet on the game. And we're going to talk about this game between Dallas and New Orleans tonight. And looking at the starting lineup, looks like Taysom Hill will get the starting assignment tonight against the Cowboys. Now, he's got a foot injury that he's been out the last couple of games. and we know that Dak Prescott will be under center tonight. And Amari Cooper is questionable, still with that illness. And Alvin Kamara is also questionable with an MCL knee sprain. So big pieces to the puzzle for both these teams, right? You got the deep threat with Cooper and the running game with Kamara. So you take that away from both these teams and you lessen the weapons, right? All right, so let me take a look at this game. But before I do, just a little quick trivia here. Who can name me the last time the Dallas Cowboys won in New Orleans? Okay? And we'll give you guys a few seconds while I bring up the information on this game. All right, how we doing on time here? Time, we're doing 33 minutes. Wow. Okay, I got to hurry up here. -6.5 is the line. The over-under at 46.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Going to lean with the Cowboys in this one. 31-25, the over-under at 57.04. Looking at the Cowboys' last 5 games, they're 2-3 straight up and against the number. 1-4 to the under, coming off that Thanksgiving Day loss to the Las Vegas Raiders, 36-33, while the Saints, they're not having a lot of fun right now. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They're 1-4 in the last 5, 2-3 against the number, and 4-1 to the over. Now, my line on the game, I have the Cowboys at -6.35, right there, exactly where the line is right now. And keep in mind, I believe this line opened up at what, 4.5 or something like that? Let me take a look where this line opened up. Yeah, 4.5. It went down to 3.5, and now it's back to 6.5. So some news must have come out on the, maybe Kamara's out or something. And looking at the, where was I here? All right. For New Orleans, -0.85, rounded off -1. So you're getting good value on the New Orleans Saints, but the chance of winning does go to the Cowboys at 80%, based on only 11 previous games in the database. The chance of covering, however, does favor New Orleans at 61%, and your Kogo is at 48%. All right, let me take a look here. The last time the Dallas Cowboys won as a road favorite in New Orleans, check this out. Actually, you know what? Let me do this first. A road team. So last 10, 2-8 straight up and against the number. 80% of those games went under the total. The last time the Dallas Cowboys won in New Orleans, 2009, December 19th. Hey, pretty almost the same time of year, right? It was a 24-17 victory. And if you look for the Dallas Cowboys as a road favorite, so let's do a road favorite. And the last 5 since 1994. When the Dallas Cowboys are a road favorite against the New Orleans Saints, check out the record. 1-4 straight up, 0-5 against the point spread, 1-4 to the under. So not good numbers going into tonight's game for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Dallas 3-2 on the year, New Orleans 2-3. Again, it's not the same New Orleans Saints team, right? They're 5-6. They're bearish. They're a C bearish team, and they've been bearish for 11 days. Now, the Cowboys, a neutral type team, 7-4 in a year. They've been neutral. Neutral means they're 1-2, 2-3 in the last 3 to 4 weeks. And when I look at the Cowboys in their last 10 trips to the Superdome or the Mercedes Dome or whatever dome it's called these days, 2-8 straight up and against the numbers. So you can see that Dallas in a tough situation here this evening. But looking at the forecast, looking at some of these numbers right here, I'm just going to take a look real quickly. 3-7, nothing really to write home about from a situational trends angle. But when I look at this game here tonight, I look at the big three, right? I always look at the triplets on offense. I look at the starting quarterback, the running back, and the receivers. And when I look at Dallas, quarterback, they have the edge. Running back, it all depends if Kamara plays. If he does play, they give the edge there. Receivers, got to give the edge a bit to the Cowboys. I do like the Cowboys here tonight. I'm not sure I want to lay 6.5, but maybe the total of 57.04 might be a way to go, right? Maybe you want to go over the total. Hey, who knows if Diggs can get another couple of INTs for a pick 6, help out with the total tonight. So if I'm going to play this one, I'm not. I would lean to the over tonight between the Cowboys and the Saints, and 31-25 is our forecast. All right, so as you know, I'm always pushing the envelope and always trying to get better tools in the toolbox here at the Rain Report. Now, here's something that I've been playing with, and it's one of my latest inventions. It's called the Strength of Cycle database. Now, what exactly do you mean by strength of cycles, right? So when you look at the Rain Report, I always talk about A, B, and C type teams and how teams, when they go through cycles, are they going through a bear cycle, meaning in football. Let me see if I got this down here. In football, here we go. So in football, a bearish team is a team that's 0-3 in their last 3 games. So they're not playing really good, right? So from a market psychology point of view, the market mentality is, man, this team is really bearish. Low confidence level, right? So when a team is bearish, there's low public confidence, but high rewards, right? And then they got the teams that are bullish. They're 3-0 in their last 3 games. That's a team with high confidence, but low rewards, right? Because now teams can't win forever. Teams can't lose forever. So what comes with high public teams is low reward factors, right? And then neutral teams that are 1-2 or 2-1 in their last 3 games. Now, what I want to show you guys here, we'll do the Dallas Cowboys first. All right, so let's take a look at the Dallas Cowboys. And what I want to do is they're playing a C-type team here tonight, the New Orleans Saints. Why do we call it a C-type team? Because they have a record below 500. Now, because they're below 500, what kind of cycle are they coming into this game? Are they coming in on a hot streak, a losing streak, or just 1-2, 2-3? So very neutral in their last 3 games. Nope, they're coming off a losing streak. So right now, the public perception on New Orleans is very, the confidence level is very low, right? So they're a bearish team right now. So in my cycles report here, so the Dallas Cowboys, we'll look at when they're playing a B-type team, a C-type team. All right, so a team that's below 500, and I'll do this season first, and then I'll do the bearish cycle. So right now, the Dallas Cowboys, anytime they're playing a C-type team, now keep in mind, you're saying, oh, New England's not a C-type team. Not now, they're not, but they were on October 17, right? So when you look at the Dallas Cowboys against New England, at that time, New England did not have a winning record. And when you look at the New York Giants, the Giants don't have a winning record. So what is the record of the Dallas Cowboys against C-type teams this year? They are 2-0 straight up, and the average score was 36-27. And the average line, the Cowboys were always favored by on average of 5.5, right? So we've got a C-type team tonight in Dallas. How about when they're on the road? So let's take a look at Dallas Cowboys, and let's do the last 5 games. So, whenever the Dallas Cowboys are playing a team below 500, right? Now, keep in mind, when you're talking about their opponent, what's their opponent's record? Is it a team that's a losing record? And what kind of cycle are they coming? Like, you can have a losing team, but coming in on a 2-3 game win streak, right? And if they're on a 3-game win streak, they're coming in hot. If they're coming in on a 2-game win streak, well, they're coming in neutral, right? So right now, this team tonight in the New Orleans Saints, they're really cold. So they're bearish. So when Dallas is on the road against a C-type team in their last 5 games, what is the mentality of the perception of the bookmaker to the sports bettor, right? So when I take a look at the going back to 219, so Dallas right here, you can see that when they're on the road against C-type teams. So every of these teams here are teams below 500. So back this year, we only one occurrence this year on the road against a bearish team, and that was the Giants, right? And the final score of that game was 23-19 for the New York Giants. So a C-type team that day. And again, I always say, when you look at a game, the perception of that game, what's the mentality going into that game? What's the public sentiment? Are people bearish? People bullish? Are they feeling neutral? So right now tonight against New Orleans, 4-game losing streak, below 500. Let's see what the line is on that game on average. So the average line on that game for the Dallas Cowboys was 4.88. What did the line open up at? At 4.5, right? So the line opened up at 4.5, but it shot up to 6.5, right? So right here, if you're using this system, Dallas is overvalued tonight. Dallas is overvalued, and the average total on those games, according to the bookmaker, the perception was 45.2. And what's the total tonight? 47, I believe, 46, 47, 46.5. Now, when I look at this, 45, so we're right there close to the perception, but what's the reality? Well, the reality is, what was the average score of all these games? It was 22-19. So you can see right here, 41 is the total, right? 41 is the total. Now, let's take a look. Let's take away the bearish cycle, and let's do this. And you can see Dallas still 3-2, and you got all these C-type teams. All right, nothing really to write home about. Let's take a look at the New Orleans Saints. Let me see here before I switch off. Okay, so let's go to New Orleans, and let's see the Saints. when they're at home against an A-type team. Now, the Dallas Cowboys on the year, they are 7-4, so their record is above 60%. So New Orleans at home against A-type teams this season. Let's see what any occurrences. Yep, so look at this. So these are all the teams that the New Orleans Saints have played this year that were against opponents with a 60% or higher record, right? And you can see they were never a favorite. They're always an underdog of on average of 4.5. And this line opened up at 4.5, so now it's up to 6.5. So it tells you right there, you probably got good value on New Orleans. The average total was right there, 46.8. And what's the total tonight? 46.5. And the average score of those games were 26 to 20.3. So if you round it off, you got 47. So that's why I do like a bit of the over tonight between the Saints and the record of those games, 2-1 straight up and against the number. So you can see here in the cycle that New Orleans, pretty good at home this year against A-type teams. And if you do last 5 games, let's take a look at the Saints. Last 5 games against neutral teams. Now Dallas, I believe, is neutral in their last 5. Yep. So let's take a look at New Orleans at home against A-type teams, meaning teams that are above 60% in the standings. Last 5 games, and they're in a neutral state, meaning 1-2, 2-1 in the last 3 games. Here's the record on the Saints: 2-3 straight up, 2-3 against the number. The average line was -5 for the favorite, but +5 for the underdog. So from a perception versus reality standpoint, look at this: 5, and we're getting 6.5. And look what the average score was: 28-26. So that's what, 54, and if you round it off, that's 55. So that's why I do like the over tonight between the Saints. And again, I think this is going to be a really good tool to accommodate and complement the daily market value index and this tool right here. So when I look at the a snapshot of this right here, right, I got an A-type team against a C-type team. I got a cold team right now with 0 public confidence in New Orleans, only 33% confidence in the Cowboys, who are neutral against a bearish team. -6.35 is the line value I had, -0.8. So according to this, if I take a real quick snapshot, my gut feeling tells me New Orleans, should be the play right here tonight. And when I look at the cycles, the numbers tell me on the perception level, perception versus reality, right? There's always, you got to know the difference between what the perception is and what the reality is. And I think from a perception tonight, I think New Orleans plus the points, but I like the over better. But again, just want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up and a little introduction to my my newest invention called the Strength of Cycles database. And it's going to be, I'll be loading this up once we do all the other sports, right? And I think it's really good because, sometimes you get a game like New Orleans and you want to see how they do against A-type teams in their last 5 games, right? Say if you want to see last 5 games against A-type teams. So look at all these: Buffalo, Tennessee, Tampa Bay, Carolina, Green Bay. Now we're going back to the beginning of the year. And keep in mind, when you see a team like Carolina and you say, Ron, Carolina is not an A-type team. They were on September 19th. It all depends on that day, what the perception was on that day. And that's because, you got to live in the moment. And right there on September 19th, nobody had an idea or a clue that Carolina was going to poop the bed down the road, right? But on that day, September 19th, the Carolina Panthers were a bullish team, right? Remember how they started the year? So the perception on the September 19th was, hey, this is a good team. They're bullish. And look at what the result was, a 26-7 win. But everything goes in cycles, and that's why I say all the time, shop for value, play the percentages, and use the performance cycles to handicap your game. All right, there you have it. That is the rain report in a nutshell here today. Again, the show went on a little bit too long today, but I felt this was a good, sometimes when you do these shows, it's about, brain teasers, right? You gotta do things. Oh, Alvin Kamara's back. Okay, that's great. That is great news. If Alvin Kamara's back, thank you, Truth Fondue. Yeah, if he's back here tonight, it makes New Orleans pick really good here tonight at 6.5. But again, because before I went on the show, he was still questionable, so I wasn't sure. What do you think, Ron? CFL. All right, CFL. So here's what I'm thinking this weekend, and I'm going to use the forecast. I'm not going to use the computer, but I'll use the system. I know the CFL fans are dying to see this, right? All right, let's go to CFL. All right, so in the Eastern Conference Final, the Toronto Argonauts a 1-point favorite. The over-under at 45.5. We got the Argos winning 26-20, and the over-under landing on 46. So it does like it to go over. I do like Toronto this weekend. I like the Argonauts as a 1-point favorite. Ever since Chris Jones is back as the DC, the Argonauts got a little swag to them. I do like Toronto in the first game. Saskatchewan taking on Winnipeg. Now the Blue Bombers coming in on a 2-game losing streak. They're an 8-point favorite this weekend. The over-under at 46.5. And we do have the Bombers winning 28-16, winning by 12. And I like Saskatchewan to cover the spread, but I like Winnipeg to win the game. So I think it's going to be a Winnipeg-Toronto CFL Grey Cup, and should be a good one this weekend, and I'll be watching those games for sure. All right, before you go, I'll give you the only one system play of the day in the NBA, and it's going to be on the Memphis Grizzlies. Let me go to NBA, and let me take a look at the system play of the day, and we're going to go to Memphis, Oklahoma. And now the Grizzlies a 9-point favorite. It was 9, later changed now 9.5. And here is the system. Now, I got some system on the straight-up money line, but I'm not going to recommend the money line. But I do have a 19-9 system. Now, it's not a great system, but it's still good. Anytime you got a home favorite, totals between 215 to 220, and that team before a conference game versus a conference opponent, they're coming off 2 ATS wins, and they're coming off a road win. That home favorite is 25-3 straight up, 19-9 against the point spread. Give me Memphis minus 9.5 tonight against OKC, and that is your system play of the day here at the Rain Report. All right, hey, you know what? I think this was a pretty good show. Let me know in the comment section. Did you guys enjoy the not strength of schedule, but it is sort of like a strength of schedule. The strength of cycles, and what we're really analyzing is whenever a team is playing another team, is that team, what kind of team that is, right? You got to ask yourself that, is it a team above 60%? Is it a team that's 50%? Or is it a team below 500? And what type of cycle are they coming in? Are they coming in hot? Are they coming in cold? Or are they coming in neutral? Because that plays a big role. A team that's an A-type team, a winning percentage of 60 or higher, coming in on a 4-game win streak is totally different than a team coming in cold on a 5-game losing streak. But the perception is, the team that's really, on a win streak, they come with a price tag when it comes to laying money on the favorite, if they're a favorite going into that situation, right? So again, pretty good stuff here today, I think. And if you do enjoy the show, please hit that like button. This is the only way I really, and you know what? I don't think you guys are really big comment, audience, because I always never see a lot of comments. But what I do appreciate is when you do hit the like button, and if that's your way of speaking up, I guess, or saying that you like the show. If you hit the like button, I really appreciate it. And if you do want to say a comment, and there's something that you guys want to ask questions about, or you want to make a comment on today's show, I always appreciate just say, good show, or I don't agree with that, or whatever. Any type of feedback, I always enjoy feedback when I finish these shows, or when I do the shows, right? All right, folks, I'll be back here on a Football Friday. I know yesterday, again, no internet yesterday, so that's why if you guys were jonesing, hey, I was jonesing over here, not doing the show. But anyways, so good show here today, and hopefully you guys have yourself a great rest of your day. And I'll be back here on a Football Friday for a full Friday, December 2nd. Today is Thursday, December 2nd. This was the Rain Report, brought to you live from Ottawa, Ontario, where it's a balmy 4 degrees. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Rain Report. Cheers.